Well, I just visited a scientist, biologist at Sandringham Castle who lives here, Sam. We were talking about events that have taken place over the last 5 years, and a story that caught my attention. There was a professor of biology in France who dared to question the official narrative. Red car there. And then armed police rolled up at his home, took him to a psychiatric hospital for daring to question the official covert narrative in France. A professor who really knew his stuff. He was exposing and telling the truth. Did also happen another story I saw where a man in Canada, there was a big care home with over 150 residents. After taking a certain something, over 40 of them disappeared within 2 weeks, and when he mentioned it, Canadian federal police rolled up at his home because he was stated that a certain something, medical intervention, was making people disappear. So federal police arrived at his home. White pickup there. So it's a good story. 2 stories there. And he was taken to a psychiatric hospital where psychiatrists said that he was delusional. No, he wasn't delusional. He was telling the truth. A certain something was making many people disappear. Has injured, disabled, and again made a lot of people disappear. Some claim millions killed, billions stolen, every Nuremberg Code broken. Now they want to force and mandate a ID on it. They failed to mention that Tony Blair's son, Tony Blair, who is pushing for the national ID, his son's company will receive £100 billion to develop and monitor the new ID, and Tony Blair has got 370 million invested in that company. They failed to always follow the money. Pfizer made 100 billion. This only wasn't about public health. They didn't mind how many people were injured, disabled, or disappeared. Bio-warfare, war is big money. Some will make a killing. Many will disappear. And the goons on big tech social media ban and blocking the truth and everyone's freedom of speech. And a very deadly serial killer virus in Dis Norfolk, UK. Delivered by Dis Post Office, Royal Mail, Postie Assassins, Vigilantes, Postie Mayor, the big super spreader carriers, and they certainly have infected everyone apart from me. No, there was a red car that went by. No red car, Michael Dunn, Michael Sands, Sutcliffe, Steve Wright, Wayne Cousins, Brady Huntley, Fred West. No Roy White and White Van Man, Christian B. Sandringham serial killer here, Black Wizard, terrorist, Yeshua. No Dis Lawnmower Man here, again the Lawnmower Man, just ride around in a white pickup, the Yellow King. Satanic serial killer, abducting children and young girls. Very good crime series, Matthew McConaughey, Woody Harrelson. But it's based on actual events. If you look up Vice True Detective or The Real True Detective, and it's disclosed in police interviews and statements how people transform during satanic ritual abuse and sacrifices when they become hosts to ET demonic entities. So no Dis Lawnmower Man here. Can see DC3, Hope Church now, Pastor Blake, Nurse Blake. Newberry's, Carriages, Hinsleys, Clarks and Co. Congregation. You could have seen the Roy Lincoln lawyer, ex-leader of DC3, Hope Church now. Mr. Rush and Co. Again, awful of mad monster lies and bogus diagnosis. Parish Fields, not so healthy centre, so no Dis Lawnmower Man here. Sandringham serial killer, black wizard terrorist is shooter. And certainly not me leaving the body of a 17-year-old sex trafficked girl on the Royal Sandringham estate, Killenfields, late Prince Philip's favourite hunting area. See Prince Harry the Spare for details. Prince of Darkness, E.T. hybrid host, Red Dragons, their high royal blue crime. New Year's Day find, September blue murder, certainly not mine. And that is the word that came off the Royal Sandringham estate, Killenfields, loud and clear. So, plenty of high crimes, Jack the Ripper crimes, castles, manor houses, UK's Devil Island, country estates, and certainly not mine. That looks a bit like a claw there. You can Google the rains list. We have got a lot of rain coming. That is revealed in the rains list, how they wear claws to claw their victims, human hunting parties. Human hunting, feasting, blood drinking, harvesting adrenochrome, women, young girls, children and the homeless, satanic ritual abuse and sacrifices. Then their remains dissolved in acid. You can see the video on YouTube called Satan's Children, where a young girl did escape from the big Freemason fraternal satanic cults on the UK's Devil Island, and experts who have listened to her story said that she is telling the truth. And likewise with the rains list, that is disclosed by victims of satanic ritual abuse who've never met each other, who live in different locations, but they can name the same people and the same locations on the UK's Devil Island. Human hunting parties, members of the royal family, aristocracy, ex-prime ministers, cabinet members, politicians, celebrities, Lucifer's Freemason fraternal, so plenty of high crimes, Jack the Ripper crimes, castles, manor houses, UK's Devil Island, country estates, and certainly not mine. Again, there is one big storm coming. We have got a big storm arriving later this week, Friday night, Saturday morning, and plenty of rain. But you can Google the rains list. Again, it is disclosed how people wear claws to claw their victims, human hunting parties, UK's Devil Island, country estates. So they're high crimes, Jack the Ripper crimes, and certainly not mine.